Alright guys, welcome back to a new video on the channel. In today's video we're adding heated seats to the Jeep Wrangler. This is a less than $100 mod and it's not that bad to do. It might take you a full day, but it is quite good. So I've already done half of it. This passenger seat already has the heating pads installed. This is the wiring for it. These are the heating pads over here. Just looks like this. Super simple stuff. I'll explain all that later. But I was working on the passenger side. I just wanted to get at least halfway done so I didn't waste a lot of time trying to figure it out as I was trying to record. But I'm going to show you guys how to do step by step the driver's side. The passenger side is exactly the same. So it's, like I said, super simple. I'm about to take this seat out, but as you realize, I have half of the dash out. So I have this piece out. This is your HVAC control, your mirror control, your cigarette lighter, or whatever you have here. I'm also going to add my heated seat switch right here on this OEM switch panel as well. This is the OEM location for your heated seats if you have the option for that. I didn't get that. Mine is bare bones Jeep. So I'm going to put this switch right there. This will be the driver's side and this will be the passenger side. I hope this is big enough, but we're going to have a lot of clearancing because of the wiring. I'll open this up and you guys will see. But there's a big circuit board behind all this. It makes it kind of a pain in the ass if you ever want to put aftermarket switches in here. But I think I can get away with it if I just cut out a lot of material in the back side. This will obviously destroy this piece. So if you guys are worried about cutting up your stock Jeep and stuff, then maybe this isn't the mod for you, or maybe you can just put this in a different location. But for me, I think that location will look good. And if I cut out for the back, you will not see it from the front, which is really important. Without further ado, I'm going to get to work and I'll show you guys how to install heated seats in your Jeep Wrangler. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Alright, so first things first, I know it's a little dark in here, I'm sorry, I'm still working on how to get the shop lighting on point, but take out the seat, any of the front seats, it's just 18 mil on all four corners, so one right there, one back there, and then from the back you want to open up this door and access those from the back. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out and get this seat out. Another thing you need to take out when you take out the seat is this headrest. You just push both sides in and you slide it out. It's super simple. You want to tilt the seat all the way forward and you have just enough clearance to get the seat out. Alright guys, so I took out the seat. I tried to record it on the GoPro, but then it froze. Classic. So anyways, there is an electric plug to unplug under the seat. It's just really easy. There's just a tab on it. You don't have a little red tab you have to slide out or anything. And also you gotta take out the seat belt. This is a T45 bit that goes through here. Then after that you just take this out and the seat will be able to come out. So the seat is now over here and we are going to remove the bottom from the top. And we do that by taking out these 15 mil bolts. There's 1, 2 on this side, and then on the opposite side there's 2 more coming in from the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to that and then show you guys how to add the heat pads. Alright, to take off the recline, there's a little clip that goes in upwards. So what you want to do is get your pliers in here. There you go. Once it comes out, you can take this out. See, it just goes in just like that. 15 mil socket. Do this. Alright, so I'm going to keep taking out all these bolts, and then when it's time to take it apart, I'll be checking back in with you guys. The back part falls off. It's literally just like this. You just take it right off. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the bench here. And there's this clip right here that needs to be undone. I like to get a screwdriver, slip it under like so. Trying to pry this thing out of position. There you go. And you just pull it all the way across. There you go. That's a lot of rust. But let's go ahead and start pulling this down a little bit. On the seat, there's these 2 black strips of Velcro. So you're gonna need to separate that all the way down. There you go. So now you can put the heating pad in here like this. So here's the heating pad. It's nothing too special. It just has 2 sides of double stick tape on each side. So I'm going to go ahead and We'll dry fit it first. Just slide in here just like this. Make sure on the back it's going all the way up to here. And I think that should fit perfectly. I won't have to cut it. So let's go ahead and go to the back, take off this double stick tape. Cool. So let's get this heating pad. Slip this in here. So now that is in there, I'm gonna go ahead and route this wiring through this side, and I should be putting it through this way, close to the center console, make it a little bit easier. So just route through just like that. We'll just push on this crease right here to get that Velcro re-engaged. Jesus. Then, simply enough, we will just flip up the seat cover, push this down some more, right here. Looks good. Now we have to re-clip this back together. So, down to one side. There you go. So now we have done the back of the seat. Now the back of the seat is a little bit more of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna flip her over on the bench here. You gotta undo some of these transparent tabs. So there's one right here. Push it up, take it out. Pretty easy. I'm gonna go ahead and slide up these seat rails so I have a little bit more room in here. Get a long screwdriver, get in under here. Pop these clips out. Now that we have those undone, we can start pulling the seat cover back. There we go. Now on the bottom, there's hot clips that go all the way down the bottom instead of Velcro. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna deal with those hot clips. They're just hot rings, I should say. But we're just gonna slide the heating pad in just like this. So we're gonna flip this over. Now the bottom, you're gonna have to do a little bit of modification to the heating pad itself. The full pad won't fit in here. There's actually a big crease right here, so you can't push this all the way down as far as I would like. I mean, that would be pretty nice to have it all the way down there, but you can't. So we're gonna cut it off in sections. There's 3 sections here. There's 1, 2, and 3. We're just gonna cut it right between 2 and 3. All right, there we go. Again, take off these adhesive strips, sneak up under here, slide this puppy in there. Now I'm just making sure this thing is seated all the way up to this crease right here. I have to go from bottom to top a couple times just to get this thing to go properly. Sometimes the pad likes to kind of roll up, so I think we're almost in position. I think that's pretty good. Make sure that's all squared up on the bottom. And then let's press that adhesive down. So now that we've done that, again, route the wiring through this hole on the bottom, just like that. Very lovely. Now we're going to pull this cover back down and then just hook it into place. Go, and then this last flap just goes up here and hooks there. So now the bottom and the top are both done. So I want to reassemble them, put the 4 bolts back on the sides, zip tie up some of this wiring, and then it's time to deal with the mass of the wiring. This is what our wiring kit looks like. These 2 leads plug into where the seat is, the bottom and the top, or the bottom and the back of the seat. Runs over to our relay. This plugs into the switch harness. It's over there on the table. And then this over here plugs into your battery. It actually goes to ignition power. So ignition power will have to go to something where you turn the key and that's when the power is sent to the heated seats. I guess it's just to prevent your battery from running out or something like that. If you just run the heated seats overnight, or if you forget to turn them off, you don't want these running overnight and just lighting your car on fire. So we're gonna find some ignition power. I'll show you guys how to find that under the dash. Super simple. But for now, let's go ahead and finish up the seat, and then let's jump into the wiring. Now we are gonna find some 12-volt ignition power. So we're gonna need our trusty handy dandy voltmeter. I got this from Harbor Freight. We're gonna set it to DC current 20. It's only gonna be 12 volts direct current. That's how cars work. So let's jump in here, center seat. So we have our keys here. So now I'm gonna try to tap into, the easiest place to tap into would be right here, since the wires are so close, and I've already kind of made a mess over here, as you see, with other mods. First, find a ground. I think the ground will be just right up here. That's a good ground. So if we put in the key, ignition is on. We're gonna go ahead and do a couple of them. So now you see there's 12 volts right here. So keep looking at the 12 volts. When I turn off the car, there's no more voltage. When I turn it on, we have 12 volts. So that pin, I guess would be the third one on the left side, is gonna be our power. So I'm gonna disconnect the battery and tap into this wire. All right guys, so it is time to mount up my switch here. I was gonna use that Hohem switch panel as I was talking about earlier, but the button is actually like rounded on the Hohem switch panel, and this right here is flat. As you can see, the face is flat. So there's been a little bit of discrepancy there, and it wouldn't work good, and I wouldn't have liked it. So we're gonna put it here. This is normally where you see your window switches, see? And this will just sit in there kind of like that. I think that'll look somewhat pretty good. So I've already center punched one side. The other side though, I'm gonna line up right now. Just gonna get my pencil, make sure that is looking all right. Mark the bottom, kind of mark out where I'm gonna drill. So it should be kind of right there. Get the center of it. Boom, center punched. Now we have my drill setup. This is a little bit overkill, but I don't have a power drill. My dad has it right now. So I got a pneumatic one from Harbor Freight, hooked it up to my CO2 tank that I use to fill up my tires, and this should work like cash. So let me go ahead and put my Christmas tree bit in here. You guys see me use this thing all the time. This is like my favorite type of bit to use. I haven't used this setup before, so hopefully it doesn't work too crazy. Let's go ahead and just open up. So it's a little hard to... So it works really fucking fast. Just to make sure I don't drill too much. Yeah, it's actually quite hard to control. This is like way too pressure. This is meant for like an air compressor, so this thing gives it so much pressure that it's quite difficult to even work. But we're gonna make it happen. Let's see how much I need to drill exactly on this Christmas tree bit. Okay, almost there. Go ahead and open this valve up again. So I am now wrapping up. I finished all the wiring. As you guys can see, there's now more of a clusterfuck under here. So let's go ahead and start putting stuff back together. We have the window switches to hook up, and then we have our new heated seats right here. So let's go ahead and get the other piece of the dash. You guys can see the switches are placed in here, just like this. Put in our window switch harness. Now this should all be good to go back in here. So here's the plugs that go under the seat. But now you guys have seen that, I think it's time for me just to put this shit back together and then show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, the heated seats are all done. I mean, you can't really tell by looking at it, but they do work. Let me show you guys the controls. Right in here are the controls. This is high heat, low heat. Let me turn on the car so you guys can see the lights light up. Low heat turns green, high heat turns red, and the same on the other side. First impressions using them, they actually work quite decent. They get pretty warm. I haven't used them like over a long period of time, like over like an hour or so like that. So it'd be interesting to see that. So I'll leave like a like an updated review sometime down the future. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. But that was the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe, like, comment. Any comments, questions, or concerns. I like to get back to almost everybody who comments on my videos. So leave a comment and I'll probably respond. So see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.